Before major inspections, I would get super nervous. I felt like there was a lot riding on it, and I had this view that of this big performance vector, and that was how I measured how I was going to measure how I did, how the ship did, how my department did, whatever. And it took a toll on me. It was very stressful. It wasn't good for my health. I felt nervous. I wouldn't sleep well the night before. And I learned how to deal with that. The answer is not have just one vector where you measure achievement or performance, but to have an additional vector orthogonal to it where you think about what am I going to learn. So now I have in these two dimensions, here's what we're going to do and achieve, hopefully. And here's what we're going to learn for sure. Now, the thing that's good about this is the learning is something with much more in your control oftentimes than the outcome. And I remember when we had this big inspection coming up on the Santa Fe, it was about a year into our this transformation. And there was a lot riding on this, me personally, my reputation, and the reputation of the ship, especially because we were kind of running this experiment and it was going to be a grade on the experiment. No one cares how good your culture is if the results aren't good. And I was standing in the control room the night before. We were approaching the coast to pick up the inspection team the next morning. And there was like this calmness and placidity I felt, which I never felt before. And my breathing was regular and deep, and I didn't have any of that anxiety. And the irony of the whole thing is that permeated throughout the crew. And they had this, it's almost like this childlike enthusiasm for what are we going to learn? I mean, this is a big inspection, multiple days, you take the submarine through its paces, and it's like there's some legitimately cool stuff that you do. And that de-stressed everybody, and we got an unbelievable grade. But I think it was linked to the fact that we weren't worried so much about the grade. So I hope that you can use this technique to get rid of some of the stress in your life, especially if you get wrapped up with these ideas of, oh, I got to perform on this meeting or in this, whatever it happens to be. But always augment that with, what am I going to learn? I'm David Marquet. That's your Leadership Nudge.